You are listening to Practical and Woo by Mindset and Manifest. My name is Eden, and I invite you to embark on a journey with me to explore the practical and spiritual edges of the unknown for the purpose of allowing you to embody and empower yourself uniquely as you are and to intentionally create and live a life of freedom and fulfillment. Each week, I'm going to discuss topics such as energetics, reality creation, manifestation, astrology, tarot, and more to help empower you to live beyond perceived limitations and to practically design your life so it feels like absolute magic every step of the way. Let's dive in. Well, hello, brilliant soul. Lately, I have been receiving this incredible feedback from my clients and my friends about the epiphanies they've been having relating to their manifestations, and also about the embodied understandings of how to be intentional manifestors in their lives. They have been reflecting to me how their lives are feeling more vibrant and exciting, how they feel they are on the growing edge of expansion, how they feel their innate magic flowing in, how they feel that their dreams are possible, and how all of the above is being mirrored to them in the form of opportunities and experiences they receive in their daily lives. I cannot even begin to express how happy I feel when I hear these joyous reflections. I absolutely love witnessing you in your breakthroughs and hearing about the magic, miracles, sparkles, and glimmers that you are taking the time to notice in your life, that you are taking the time to create in your life. I love shining for you and celebrating you in the receipt and the confirmation that your efforts towards your personal growth are worth the weight of committing to yourself. I love that you are benefiting from your commitment to showing up, pivoting, getting curious and playful with it, for going all in and realizing the spark of your true self. Today, I want to talk to you about an important manifestation equation to help guide what I hope to be an even deeper understanding of what we've already begun exploring together. Practical and Woo's catalog of episodes aims to peel back layers and offer angles of insight regarding the mechanics of reality creation. So far, we've covered a wide array of subjects, from understanding that everything is energy to navigating the inherent paradoxes embedded in universal laws. We have colored in the lines of our understanding with the importance of gratitude, joy, love, and playful curiosity. We have addressed that who you are being in this moment now is you being the you you're meant to be, equipped with the evolving potential to expand into your very next iteration of yourself. A commitment to perpetual growth and expansion. A commitment to showing up as you and as you're being called to be. We've addressed the importance of establishing your anchor point and trusting that your manifestation is done. We have explored reality creation through allegories of sommeliers, Amazon delivery drivers, and the fulfillment center. We've acknowledged that this game of life is about the journey more so even than the destination. And we've explored so much more. And we will continue to do so. And even with all of these layers, it is my desire and my intention to continue to make this subject matter as practical and as user friendly as I possibly can, to bring to you a new perspective and new ways of looking at yourself as the powerful and intentional manifester that you are, committed to crafting a life that feels blissful, fulfilling, and like absolute magic. A quippy new manifestation equation that I want to usher in with you today is this: your perception plus your expectation equals your point of attraction. The outcome of your experience is directly correlated to your expectation of that outcome, coupled with the perception or the lens in which you see your circumstances. Let's start with perception. Your perception is defined as the way in which you take in your environment through your 5 physical senses. Your senses are brilliant sensory organs equipped with a magical ability to detect external input and convert it into electrochemical signals that your brain can understand. These signals travel to your brain through neural pathways, which are then interpreted by your brain, and it allows your brain and you to make sense of your physical world. Science supports that your perception can be influenced and changed by numerous factors, including, among many others, sensory overload, as well as your attention, your mood, and even your beliefs. Your perception is inherently personal to you. And from an energetic and spiritual lens, this is actually a brilliant gift because your perception essentially affords you the ability to choose how you perceive something. As long as you're aware of the influence that you are having over the perception of your experience. You can choose to perceive a rainstorm as a miserable day or as a nourishing bath for birds. You can perceive being fired as the end of the world or as an opportunity to begin a new adventure. You can choose to perceive mistakes as either a failure or as feedback to try something differently. The way you choose to perceive your life has the potential to govern whether you experience your life as dull and meaningless or as lit up and magical. An analogy I like to give often is that of the Walmart shopping list. You can think of your Walmart shopping list as your perception, namely the things you'll likely see and experience when you go into Walmart, which, for the purposes of this analogy, is the world around you. Let's say you go into Walmart, your shopping list in hand, and you find sunscreen, check, a bag of apples, check, a new hammer for your toolbox, check. And because you don't have it on your list and don't have it in your perception, you're going to walk right on by that green dinosaur floaty, which in my opinion is kind of a bummer because to me, a green dinosaur floaty is really an amazing thing. It's so common to walk through our world with our lists in hand, lists orienting us to the things we believe and therefore perceive to be possible. And there is so much more occurring in your reality that you probably have not allowed yourself to see and are thus completely unaware of because your focus and your perception has been locked onto the things you, quote unquote, know to be true. This leads to a consideration of the second part of the equation, your expectation. Expectation is defined as a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future. It's the sensation of preempting something, an experience akin to holding your breath before you jump into a pool, or the reminder to put on an oven mitt before you touch the hot stove or oven. Expectation is a system that comes from your body's desire to keep you safe by using the information collected from the past so that you can protect yourself from dangerous stimuli in the future. Where expectation can go awry is when it is applied as a belief of certainty that a past experience, usually an emotional experience, automatically defines a future outcome. A sense of, well, this didn't work out last time, so it won't work out this time. If we know what we know to be true about manifesting, This expectation casts a future projection of an outcome and will likely yield a self-fulfilling prophecy. Not only that, but this kind of expectation invites you to write off opportunities, experiences, and your dreams simply because you once had a bad experience. When we expect outcomes, they more often than not come to fruition according to that expectation. If you expect to be rejected, you'll likely collect evidence to confirm that. If you expect to feel afraid, you probably will collect reasons to support that. If you, however, decide to embrace a positive expectation for something, everything always works out for me somehow. I am meant to be doing this. I trust that I can figure it out. Your world will have this uncanny way of presenting you with ample evidence to support that expectation. To manifest a life that feels like magic often requires you to hold yourself accountable to who you're being, how you're choosing to perceive the world around you, and what you're expecting out of your life. The best news, though, is that you get to make micro adjustments, which lead to larger adjustments in all of these areas, and you get to be the master manifester of your life. Before I bid you adieu for today, I want to say that the universe really does work in mystical ways. At the time I was preparing this episode, I had an experience that really put the mechanics of this equation to the test for me. It felt like the universe was opening a door of opportunity to determine if I am willing to, quote unquote, put my money where my mouth is and to walk my talk. It feels relevant to share this story with you here, preserved in time in episode 72, and so I will. Sometimes when I'm prepping the outlines for these episodes, I take pauses and breaks to allow my thoughts to saturate. And often those pauses and breaks will take the form of house maintenance, household chores, other to-do tasks that make me feel like I can get a gold star on my checklist. In taking a pause for this episode, I heard the chimes of my washing machine go off, and so I decided to move the wet laundry into the dryer with gratitude and glee that I have access to this really cool machine that's going to perform this drying task effortlessly and passionately, or so I imagine. Lately, there has been an exuberant amount of lint collecting in my laundry, even though I diligently clean out the lint trap. And so I decided to peek my eye into the abyss of this lint trap to see if there was lint I wasn't seeing. Lo and behold, I found a treasure trove of lint. Long story made shorter, I ended up dropping a Swiffer duster down into the pit of the lint trap, inaccessible to my reach. Here I stood with two choices. I'm on the precipice of perception here. 1, I could freak out and panic, perceive just the problem, focus on this problem, allowing my uh-oh alarms to incessantly chime in my body with no solution in sight. Or 2, I could remind myself to acknowledge my current circumstance. Okay, so this is what's happening right now. To trust that a solution was available, even if I didn't yet have access to it, and begin the playful journey of removing this Swiffer duster pole from the lint trap. I chose the second option. After brainstorming and trying a couple of things that didn't amount to anything, the ultimate solution was found in a bent hanger and a heaping wad of duct tape. I expected the end result and allowed myself to perceive the solution. I am sure there were millions of solutions that would have manifested a successful outcome. And I trust that my playful and curious perception led me to my ultimate goal. And it did. At the crossroads of my perception, I had this choice, and you do too, to see something as the problem or to see something as the solution. You are the steward of your expectation, and you have the choice to decide if something is going to work out or if something is going to malfunction. Your point of attraction hinges on your chosen perception and expectation. And it is my desire to present you with a playful challenge of reframing how you perceive your experiences and reframing the results you expect from your circumstances. Feel free to let me know how this resonates with you. And you are invited to also share any epiphanies or miracles, sparkles, or glimmers that arise. I'm always eager to celebrate with you. Until next time.